What's going on? It's your girl Shantae C checking in for a brand new tea and things. I'm chilling with my homegirl.
Nia, what's up? It's another Wednesday. We're here back in the building. We're going to get into some of this celebrity tea and for sure some things.
Oh my God. So we'll start off by saying we don't have our cups today, but the show is sponsored by Lucky Coin. If you have a small business that you're trying to grow and you need a little bit of cash flow, hit us up and we'll give you some information. Tea and things at gmail.com. So, what kind of celebrity news we got tonight, sis?
All right. Well, let's start out with our boy Usher was here in the A over the weekend.
Yes,
And
he
you'll be able to
was.
tell us a lot more about it, but he tore down the house.
Yes, he
He did a
did.
show Thursday, Friday, then he teamed up with Carmela for HBCU
On
and
Saturday.
weekend and on Saturday, and then came back and gave us another show on Sunday. So he was here in the A doing his thing in his hometown all weekend. And I
Yes, he
heard the man was
was.
tearing it down, girl.
He was. And let me just say that concert was worth every single penny I spent on it. Okay. He did, when he said past, present, future, he definitely did the hits all the way back from the 90s, all the way until now. So it was so, so good. I just really enjoyed myself. Me and my homegirl Lulu, she came out and hung out with me. Dwayne was there and her husband was there. So we just had a really, really good time. We had really good seats. And so yeah,
Tell us about some of the special guests he brought out.
so each show was a little different, right? But on our show, so we went to the Sunday show. So we had like the finale show, right? So first he brought out Silk. Then he brought out Keith Sweat. Then he brought out Cut Close. Do you remember Cut Close?
I do remember Cut Close.
Yeah, so he brought out Cut Close. So that was the first like little group of people. Then the next thing he brought out Pastor Troy. So
Okay.
we ready. Then he brought out Glorilla.
All
And
right. Get him, Glow.
y'all know that's my girl. So Glorilla, everything. Yeah, she was being just as ratchet as she wanted to be. I
I
loved her so
love it.
much. And then to shut it down, he brought out Kirk Franklin, girl. I was like, you
Oh,
know.
wow.
And so we was in there jamming. That was a good concert, but he literally, now I was surprised that he didn't like have any special guests for his like during his actual songs. Like, so if he was doing like a duet with somebody, like he didn't have any of, those special guests come out. So I was kind of surprised, but in the building was Tyler Perry. Julio Jones was in the building. Crystal Renee Hazlett was in the building. Um, Jermaine Dupri was there.
And the
Carrie
brat
Hill,
came that night too, right?
yeah, Carrie Hilson was there. Paula the Don was there. I mean,
Okay.
Sean Garrett was there. Oh gosh, it was just like so many. It was star studded up in there. So let's just say it was all good. Only bad I had from the whole time was the doors. So the concert was supposed to start at 8, but really the doors opened at 8 and the show didn't actually start till 9:30. So that was kind of like a long time, especially being on a Sunday. So, but besides that, everything else was amazing.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
really,
Well,
really good.
kudos to Usher, and he tore it down. I know he tore it down because I
Yeah,
saw
he
him in
did.
Vegas, and Lord, he burned the whole house down.
Yeah, with the stripper poles and the skates and all of that.
Cellulite, cellulite.
All of that, the real strippers.
Real strippers, not that skinny stuff.
Yeah,
All right. Well, kudos to Usher. We love you, man. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it.
bringing the heat. All
Bringing the
right.
heat. And moving on. So there's congrats to a lot of people that got 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but special to my girl Mary J. Blige.
which I will be seeing her in February.
Oh,
So
nice, very nice.
very
But Mary
excited.
J. She had a nice, really well put together speech. But all in all, one of the things I wanted to point out that she said is this has been a long time coming. And I feel like that's always in her speech. And she's like, and my fans know what I mean when I say that. And I definitely feel it when she says that. I feel like Mary J is, I mean, she's Mary J. She's always bought it, but she hasn't always received all that she had should have received,
Yeah.
throughout her career.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes it's the choices that we make, it's the tours that they decide to go on, it's how much they gross and say. I mean, it's so many things that I feel like are built into that. It's the politics, really, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
so unfortunately, I'm not sure what was going on with her, but she always has brought good music, the music that you could feel down deep down in your soul. So I'm glad for her. I think that this is amazing. This is a great honor.
Yes, yes, we're happy for Mary J. We love us some Mary J. Okay, and
Yeah.
when are you seeing her?
February the 3rd.
Here in Atlanta.
Yeah, she'll be at State Farm.
All right. All
Yep.
right.
So,
I can say that I probably shouldn't. Well, I'm going to say it, okay? That I much rather do concerts at State Farm, not because I'm plugged, but I much rather do concerts at State Farm than the um the Dome. I feel like State Farm it's smaller for sure, so it makes the seats better, make it more intimate.
well, I will say that, we've been if you from ATL or you've been here any long amount of time, State Farm Arena has been here forever. They have been the number one concert venue in Atlanta for a really long time, so they know how to do concerts.
For
That's
sure.
why. That's what I will say. I have gone to Mercedes Benz for a concert before, and it was a different experience. The food wasn't the same, getting your drinks and all of that. It was just different. You know what I mean? The vibe definitely is a little different at the State Farm. And so, that is definitely my place of choice. I already know where my seats are. I love my seats, like my section. My section is 106 or 107. So that's definitely, if you run up on me, that's where you're going to find me.
All right, run up on Shantae, y'all. And then moving on, guys. So this is messy, really messy.
Wow.
Okay, and this is apparently because I don't have a whole lot of facts for us yet, but I'm digging them up. Good
Oh,
Lord.
Lord.
So y'all remember last year or whatever when Jamie Foxx mysteriously was in the hospital?
Right.
Okay. Weird, freaky stuff was going on there. Well, apparently everything's coming out now, per the internet, that Diddy poisoned him. And we kind of heard that back then, right?
What?
We kind of heard something weird back then. But they're
That
saying that,
Diddy poisoned him?
I'm sorry,
That Diddy poisoned him? Oh, what the hell?
Diddy poisoned him. And they're saying that he reported Diddy to the FBI. So, I mean,
Oh my God.
it's getting mad.
Well, he was here and he did he did this comedy slash singing concert thing at the beginning of October, right?
You
Um
saying Jamie Foxx, right?
Jamie Foxx, and it was
Okay.
called What Had Happened Was, that was the name of the show.
Oh shit.
So
Oh
he
shit.
yeah, so he spilled the beans in this part show that will be televised at some point, but he filmed it in Atlanta. He talked about everything that happened in his own way. And he called the show What Had Happened Was.
Well, that'll make you want to watch it.
Yeah, so I'm I'm excited to see what it's about. I actually tried to get tickets. You couldn't buy them, right? You could only win them on the radio. So, me, I ain't about to be calling the radio 500 times. So I was like, I guess I won't be going. I tried to call once, and then there was an email that you could send, but they said all the tickets had been given out. So I'm like, okay.
I need tickets to that. What the F?
Well, it was at the beginning of October. It was October 4th and 5th that they filmed.
Wow. I missed that. Oh, I was going. Right? I was going. Yeah, I was going. Because I was
October
like,
4th and
how
5th.
did I miss that? Because I would have had to get us some tickets, girls. Go with something, something. Know somebody
Right.
that knows somebody that
Or
knows
know
somebody.
somebody. Right.
For sure. Because I love Jamie Foxx. I do. And I was so happy for his recovery. But now all of this shit about Diddy poisoning him. Why? We need to know.
Girl, I'm like, I need to see this little show. Cause I'm like, okay.
What in the
What
world?
really happened?
Well, y'all, we're going to have to go ahead and get into our topic of the night, but we'll keep you posted on the Jamie Foxx. I'm going to dig a little more and, um, you
See
know,
what's what.
see what's what. Go through some stuff. So we'll see what's up there. But we're gonna go ahead and get into our topic of the night. And speaking of Mary J, when we go into our topic of the night, I feel like she suffers with what we're about to talk about.
So the other day, I was watching this video, and the video was just talking about how women at times they will be fine in public, like they'll be okay on the outside, but really be suffering in private. You know what I mean? It's like they always have to put on this happy facade when they're out in public. It's like they can't really show their emotions or if anything is upsetting them. And then behind closed doors, they're crying. Now, um, I told Nia, I'm just, I'm not really like that. I'm very expressive with my face. It is very hard for me to hide when things are wrong with me. So, um, I can sympathize with people who go through that, but I know that she feels a lot differently. So, we decided to talk about it from both spectrums.
Right. I definitely am a person that I would say suffer in silence. Like I just feel like I'm always you know, the strong one, the bone, the this, the that in public. And I have for sure suffered in silence. And it's really not that healthy. I mean, I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you guys. It's really not that healthy. It's not.
Well, the question is, and I always wonder this, because from my perspective, if I'm not okay, I just say that I'm not okay. Now, I do think that I retreat into myself. So if if there's something going on, you're not gonna see me out and about. Like I'm gonna be to myself. So not that I'm all out in public saying, "Oh, so woe is me, something's wrong with me." It's not really like that. It's more like if something's wrong with me, you'd be like, "Dang, I ain't heard from Shantae in a minute." Or, "Dang, she normally is behaving like this, but now she's behaving like that." Like you can tell that something is wrong with me. You know what I mean? Like it and so I think, in your situation or in some women's situation, it's like they're trying to make this facade like everything is okay. I've seen this happen on social media so much where and this is like the classic case when it happens, right? you'll have a woman and she's married to somebody, or they're in some type of relationship. And so all of a sudden you start seeing all these posts of her and her man. They're hugged up, they're kissing, they're this, they're that. She's making these posts that are like, 4 paragraphs long about how she loves him and all this other kind of stuff. And then the very next day they're divorced. And she's putting up all this hate mail about him. I have seen that so many times. Actually, I had at least 3 people that I know personally who did that.
Right, for sure. So, and that's definitely a sign of suffering in silence. I was just watching an interview online the other day, and the lady said, her husband had been gone for over a month, but she was still posting family photos and all this stuff as if he was still there. And it, girl, it's when you do, I mean, I could speak as a person that suffers in silence. Like, I don't really, I'm such a private person. I don't really run and, tell it all. And I guess people can't read it through me. But it definitely, when you're not really sharing what's going on and you're dealing with it on your own, because we're not medical professionals, right?
Right.
So dealing with it on your own can be hard. For some people, it can be, how they deal with things or grieve or whatever. But I'm just speaking from a point that it can be hard. And I definitely am one of those people that you'll probably never read what's going on out there, and in my home is me and God. The
So
boyfriend is he's here, whatever.
so I guess the question is, and I don't know how in depth you even want to get with this, but why? Why do you do that? Like, is there a reason that is it that you don't want people to know that things are like, I don't understand why you do that.
I mean, I think different people handle things differently. For me, which is gonna be contradicting because we all talked about I'm a question asker, right? I ask a lot of questions, but not when I'm invading someone's personal space. And I feel like people, you tell them something and they don't just receive it. There's a whole lot of questions behind it. And sometimes these questions you don't really have the answers to because you don't know. You're trying to figure them out yourself, like the whys, the when, the how, the where, the what. You're trying to unravel those questions. So for me, I get very frustrated when
Yeah.
people are prowling down on, because when you tell somebody something, all they want to know is the questions. Like, it's not, oh my God, are you okay? It's the questions behind it. And if I don't really have the answers, I don't really want to be answered the questions because I'm still trying to figure them out myself. And it can get very frustrating
And stressful.
and very stressful. Yeah, extremely.
Yeah. And I mean, so on the flip side of things, so, like I told you, I am not the type, like, if everything is not okay, I'm not going to go out and have drinks with my girls and be laughing and joking. Like, I'm not about to be doing all that.
I feel
Like, if I'm not good, I'm going to just be like, hey, listen, I'm not good and I'm not ready to speak on it. And when I am, I'll let you know.
And that's a great way to handle it, for sure. That's a great way to handle it. And
Yeah.
it's definitely something that I'm working on. For
Yeah. I mean,
sure. It's definitely something that I'm working on because um, I had a really good friend. I mean, we were like so close. go to Hogs games together, sit courtside together all the time. And she was, a very strong person, worked in the music industry, like was a booking agent and everything. And we were just together, I would say, like 2 days prior to her committing suicide. And when people were asking me, I was like, I knew she was going through something because that was my friend, but I didn't know it was that bad. You know what I mean? So that kind of,
Well, I mean,
it's
that happened
eye
to me.
awakening. You know what I mean? Like it is eye awakening because, sometimes you go through stuff and it seems like the worst thing in the world. And then you look back on it and you be like, that was so minute, like.
Well, but the thing is, you can't. So this is what I always tell people. Number one, it's okay not to be okay. There's no
And
shame.
that's the lesson I need to learn because
There's
I'm
no
always
shame
there
in
for
it.
everyone in every category there is, like as a friend, listening, financially, just whatever, whatever you need. I'm always that person. So it's hard for me. Why is it hard for me to let people be there for me?
I
I
don't know,
don't
because
know.
girl, me and
I
a
know, but
couple
why
weeks
is it
ago, I
hard
was
for me
like
to
not
let
happy
people be
with
there
you.
for me? I mean, y'all would never know I'm going through some shit right now.
And I'm like, I'm,
Some
I'm like,
serious stuff right
I'm like,
now.
what the heck is going on with this girl? Because even when you got people reaching out to you and like, hey, is everything okay? Like, are you good? And crickets.
With me?
No,
Oh.
with
Well,
you.
I went through a little bit of crickets like a couple of weeks
Uh,
a
she
couple
was
of weeks
get
ago, but I'm overcoming. I'm
look,
overcoming, but I'm
she was
doing it
giving me
my way,
crickets, guys, and I'm the main one. So just a little bit of just personal is I had a very close friend, very very dear to me, loved him so much, loved him like a brother, and he was going through something that he didn't recover from. He passed away, but I called him and called him and called him and called him, and instead of going to see about him, I just kept calling. Not that me going there would have made the difference. I don't know if it would have or if it wouldn't have. But now, whenever somebody is going through something, I feel like I'm overly sensitive to it. And I get very, very stressed out when I'm unable to contact the person that I care about because of that specific situation. So it really hurts me.
I'm
Like I
very
get
sorry.
very, very upset when I can't get.
I'm very sorry. Are you spitting some fire at me right now? It has been some
Receive it,
moments.
girl, receive it.
I'm receiving it. I'm receiving it.
But yeah, I mean, I think situations change you. They make you do and behave different ways. You know what I mean? I think that sometimes people are very private because of things that have happened when they did share. And so they feel like they can't trust people with their heart, with their feelings, because that's a very private, sensitive place to be. And it's really, really hard to not feel judged in the moment, you know? And like I said, with me, I oftentimes, if I'm not ready to talk about it, I'll just say that. And my real friends, they know that I will have the conversation when I'm ready. But just so that they know, hey, listen, I am going through something, but I'm good. Like I'm going through it and I just need like a little bit of time. But and even then, because it might be that I don't want to tell you everything. I don't want to tell you exactly how it went down because it's too hurtful, it's too embarrassing, it's too whatever. And so I might not want to share all of that. And so I might be trying to figure out, okay, this person cares about me. This person loves me. They want to know that I'm good. I do want to share it because if we're really friends, the way that I say that we are, then I shouldn't be afraid to tell some of those things. But you do have to draw the line where you feel like it's just too much. It's like too private. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I
Right.
don't want to share that part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I so yeah, so
Yeah.
I know different people deal with things in different ways. I would say, that um for me it's more so like the questions, and I do eventually, but when I, you know, probably get to that point of sharing all, I have the answers to all the questions by that part, and I've overcame what I'm going through, and it's not a good way, and I'm trying to be better. And like even right now, I am searching. I mean, not searching. I'm talking with my doctor, so that's a big step for me.
Yeah. I
That's a big
mean,
step for me, but yeah, for sure. But I do love my friends, and I did come to you and tell you straight up, I'm going through some shit
you
right,
did.
and I'm going through some serious shit right now. And I know I told you that. I don't know how I told you because I was probably all over the place, but I
You
know
were
I
you
said
were
something.
you were a little frantic.
Okay, but I know I said something because to my close friends, I'm always gonna drop it and let you know I'm going through some shit right
Yeah,
now.
you were a little
Now I
frantic.
don't know that I share all that I'm
Oh,
going
no, no, no. And the thing is with people, like my biggest concern is not the details, but are you good? A thumbs up,
And I
but
think I told you I was not good.
yeah, like, and then
Which is
so if you tell
scary.
me that you're not
I'm not
good,
good, but okay.
listen, and I always tell people, if you say you're not good, just know that I'm gonna keep calling, and as long as I get a thumbs up, I'm cool. But I can't handle the non-response.
I know. Actually, guys, I will share this. And I wasn't going through anything. I think it was like I'm going through something right now. Okay. But I think it was like a just they couldn't find me. And I think Shantae was sending a wellness check over to my house. I went out of town and I forgot to mention it to anybody. And then I was just like gone. I got out of
Yeah,
town.
that let me tell you
You
something,
get out of
y'all.
town and then you're just like, boom, boom, I'm gone. I'm jet skiing. I'm at the beach. I'm on a boat.
Y'all, I
I'm
was
moving.
calling everybody under the sun trying to make sure that this girl was okay. I'm like, Lord Jesus.
I wasn't going through nothing.
But
That's when I need to go and disappearing out of town when I'm going through some shit instead
that's
of
the thing,
working and coming home to the house.
people don't understand, like, trauma manifests itself in different ways, and like I didn't realize how traumatized I was from that situation with my other friend and him
Oh yeah,
passing.
yeah.
Like I didn't real it so it manifests itself in different ways, and that is one of the ways. Like when something happens to one of my friends, or I feel like they're in danger, or if I feel like something is wrong with them, like it just automatically sends me back to that time when I felt like I should have done something more.
Yeah,
And so
but
I'm trying to deal with that still, we're
yeah,
not nobody's
that's
perfect.
hard. And honestly, I could feel kind of because me and him are the same sign. We're both Geminis, and we deal with that shit internally, and it's bad. It's bad, but we good people.
Man, he was the best. He was the best. He was.
Yeah, for sure. Love working with that guy. Love
Yeah,
it.
I mean, from the 6 o'clock in the morning phone calls to the love and relationship counseling with him and his girlfriend on three-way. I mean, it was just a lot to like not have him anymore, and thinking that I could have done something. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. There's nothing I could have done to change the situation. But you just feel like, did I do everything that I could have?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like one of those things. And guys, I know we're totally running over, but I mean, I think that having these types of conversations is like what Tea and Things is really all about, is being
Absolutely.
like so completely transparent and so like, being real with the things that we go through, because that's how we all grow in community.
Right. And I do have a lot of respect, especially for women, because it's very, very, very hard for women, especially like business women and women that's fighting hard for their career and things like that. Um, I look at some of these women like on Instagram and things like that, and you have your thought packets, but you have your real women, and they talk about, instead of suffering in silence, and they talk about some of these things they go through and the infidelities and the, husbands leaving and all kind of stuff. And that's a really hard thing to do, but it can,
Help
really,
somebody.
it could help somebody for sure. It could help somebody for sure. And it's definitely something that I'm definitely working on, Um and even, like, I lost, you know, somebody very, very, very dear to me. I mean, not even dear to me, my relationship. Like, I years ago, my boyfriend of 12 years died. And I always, um for the family, we I mean, the news picked it up that he died, right? Car accident. But we never said what was behind it. And I always felt like, okay, it's not my story to tell, it's not my place, even though it was, But his family always wanted to keep certain things a secret, but those certain things could help somebody, But I was like, I'm bounded in with the family. Well, yo, we 12 years in. I got to do what the family's telling me to do. So to this day, certain things about
Right.
the person who was a public figure, basically a celebrity, we have not told about that death, not about them, great person, but about that particular death that night. But,
Yeah, and
I
I
gotta be
think
locked with the family.
and I mean, and you've seen this time and time again, just recently, with Wanda Smith's passing, they're not sharing what was wrong with her. A really prominent restaurateur here in Atlanta had passed away not too long ago. And his wife, she never shared any information about why he passed. And so and even one of my dear girlfriends, her son passed, and she never really, well, she shared it with me, but she didn't share with a lot of people like exactly what the circumstance was. And I just think some things, like I said, some things you're just not willing to share.
Right,
It's just too to yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I
right,
think the big lesson from this is that when you are going through something and you have people in your corner, you can't be afraid to just say, "Listen, I'm not good right now. Like, I'll let you know if I want to talk about it." But just to let them know that you're okay, because I think that and not even okay like mentally okay, but just physically okay to be able to go on. You know what I mean? Cuz like, okay, I can people can respect the fact, hey, you need some time. People can respect that. Anybody can respect, oh, you know what? I just need a break from all of this. This is just too much.
mhm, yeah,
I think people can totally respect that. I think where where it can become unhealthy is when you pretend like nothing's happening.
I'm listening, girl. Preach.
But anyway, y'all, that's our time. We done went way over. But thank you for tuning in. We may do a part two of this because I think that this is a very serious topic that people
Yeah.
need to really understand how to deal with those inner emotions and a way to kind of cope. Um, I don't have all the answers, and Nia don't have all the answers. We're not licensed professionals or anything like that. We're just really sharing our own personal experiences. So, like, don't take our word for church or the Bible or nothing like that, but definitely we can give you our perspectives for sure.
And I'm gonna drop y'all a quick little 5-minute tip. It ain't
What
gonna
you
be
got?
5 minutes. Okay.
What you got for us?
What I have for us as a person that
Okay.
definitely suffers in silence. Now, I'll tell you, um, I definitely I check the weather the night before so I can plan if I'm gonna go walking
Mhm.
or if I do go walking, what I'm gonna wear, so I'm kind of prepared for the weather, because in the mornings it's been like 40s, 45, whatever. Or if I'm gonna go to the gym or whatever. But one thing I find that's been helping and I love is I have been, how we plan our meals, right?
Mhm.
I plan my workout the night before. And I don't know like how exciting it is or whatever. I plan what I'm gonna do the night before. So if I'm checking the weather, I'm planning, okay, I'm gonna do walking, I'm gonna do 2 miles, 3 miles, and then I'll do, some weights or whatever. I'll bring some weights while I'm out there. Or if I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm planning what I'm gonna do instead of, getting out to the walking track or getting out to the gym and like, what am I gonna work on today? And wasting 10 minutes. I mean, I could be 10 minutes in. So yeah, cool. And it's fun.
I
And
think that's a
and
great
even with
tip.
all these online workout classes, I'm planning, okay, I'm gonna do yoga in the morning and I'm gonna do it with such and such on this channel or whatever, so that's been pretty fun planning my workouts.
I think that's a great tip, and what I will say is that I think that goes across the board on so many different levels. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's
Hey,
that's what my that's what my dad used to always tell
I
me.
like that.
When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So
I love it.
making a plan and kind of working your plan is the best way to succeed in something. So I think that that's a great tip. I need to institute. I need to institute that tip
Yeah,
because
you seem to do it when kind of like when we do our meal preps. We always talk about meal preps. You seem to do it when you plan it. So when I plan it, I plan it. I plan what time I'm going to bed because I gotta get up by 6 because I gotta be at the walking track by 6:45 or 7 because I
right.
only have from 7 to 8. Then I gotta come back, shower, get ready, meet a client. So I plan it.
Yeah, and I think that's really good because I'm telling you, um, you find time to do whatever it is you want to do.
For sure.
And so when you put those, when you put that into the plan of your day, it's more likely to happen.
Right, right. You're right.
It's more likely to happen. And y'all know I'm working on my television show now. And so I have to even set goals for myself for that. I'm like, okay, today I need to chart out, these different scenes. And so I charted out by day. Okay, by today I need to have gone through episode 4 and chart out everything. Because that's the only way you're going to get to your final destination if you have a plan to get there, guys. So wonderful tip. Appreciate that, sis. And again, if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, you can hit us up at THANGZ at gmail.com. We love to hear your questions, comments, concerns, and Yo, this was a great topic. I am so glad that we brought this one up. Um, I hope people got something out of it.
Absolutely.
So we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Peace.
Yeesh, you like that, right?